Welcome back to A Dime a Dozen Season 2, the final episode, I assume. Awesome McD and Bandius are going to leave them alone. It is now Meetup, which means it is time for everyone to come to the center of the map and fight it out to see who will be the last person standing. My first question when coming to this, did Wacko make all the healing? 4 golden apples on you, 4 on you. Okay, so they did indeed make all of the healing. That's good. I'm very happy. I'm very happy for that. Wacko and Raichu, I think, are definitely in the worst position going into this meetup. They don't have any diamond armor. They have 4 golden apples, and I mean, he has some decent stuff. He has full tier 2 armor, loads of arrows, and power 3, sharp 3. Not bad. Not bad on Wacko. Raichu, sharp 2 and power 2 still. Very basic armor. Raichu, I think, is going to die very quickly. Chibi has found 4-bit. Oh, here we go. And we did see that Raichu and Wacko did see a team there at the end that changed, landing 3 direct great shots on 4-bit there. Greep and 4-bit definitely have the advantage in this fight, especially with all the healing that Change and Chibi lost from the fight against Bandius and Awesome McD, and also Maxa and Rande. And now I think we could definitely see Greep and 4-bit killing these two. But they seem to also be running. But they're quite separated, it seems. Change is quite far at the back there. I think they had to use up... Yeah, I think they definitely used up any healing there. Any healing that Gold had left from that. But I mean, they've still got 5 and 1. 7 golden apples. Greep still has 16 gold on him. Looks like the fight's calmed down for right now. So we go to Raichu. We did see that these two did see a team just before we teleported away. We can see how they're doing now. It looks like they've lost sight of them. I mean, it makes sense. They probably don't want to fight them right now. I also wouldn't surprise me to see one of them knock each other in the ravine right now. It would be pretty funny. Yeah, right now the goal for these two is to try and find people who they can fight. And from what I imagine by everyone else's gear left in the game, the only people who I think they could actually fight is Dar and Radical. But even then, with the amount of gear, like higher level gear they have, that's not going to be a fight they can take. We do see Bandius here, who is very close to these two. Definitely not a fight that these two probably want to take, is Bandius and Awesome McD. 2 very good players from what we've seen. Bandius has the most kills so far. They have a lot of golden apples. They definitely want to try and find the people who have less stuff. Wacko does have an Ender Pearl, and I think, did Raichu have one as well? Yeah, they both have an Ender Pearl. The question is, how will they use it? Ender Pearls can either be used for aggression or for defense. Or offense or defense, basically. And it's interesting to see how each player used them. It really depends on the situation going into it. Like, if you have the chance to get a clean on someone, you can clean them up while they are just after a fight. You can definitely see that happen. Or you can use them to run away, which is also an option. Wacko is going to cross the crack here. Meanwhile, Raichu is just standing off, watching his friend fade into the distance. Is he eating raw food? He is. Oh, he has like no food. Holy shit. How much does Wacko have? They really don't have much food, do they? Okay, so I'm going to call it now. Raichu's going to die from just running out of food, because that raw food ain't going to keep him for very long at all. Like, that raw food will definitely be a problem going forward. We're definitely going to see some deficits soon. I think people are going to start making their way towards the center to battle it out. I think a few people were probably far away, and it wouldn't surprise me to see a few fights start being slow purely because of the crack. It definitely slows fights down if you see someone on the opposite end of it. Loads of animals here, which is quite interesting. Chibi's decently far away. Chibi and Change are decently far away from 0-0. Meanwhile, Radical and Dar are right here. Dar and Radical are just ready to fight people. They are here just looking. They're at 0-0 waiting to see someone. Waiting to see someone just poke across the other side of that hill. They're waiting to fight. They're waiting to fight someone, and currently no one is here to fight them. They are They are here ready to fight. I mean, honestly, I think they've been ready to fight for a while. Really, I think this is the team that Wacko and Raichu should be trying to look for, purely just due to the lack of diamond armor on them compared to everyone else in the game. But I'm guessing they got their bows ready. Power 4 on Radical, and only Sharpness 1 on the sword. Oh, here we go. Oh, they didn't. Did they not end up making the punch? That's unfortunate. But here we go. It's Awesome McD and Bandius versus Dar and Radical. It looks like they're pushing for melee. I mean, I get it. They probably want their healing. Nope, here we go. Now it's engaging in a bow fight. And look who's on the other side of the ravine. It's Greep and 4-bit. Will they try and intervene with the fight somehow from that side? I guess we'll see. So we're going to see how much damage these Power 4 bows are doing. Not a whole lot. 9 and 11% really isn't a whole lot. But I think the damage will add up over time. Those bows definitely can be quite deadly. But I think these two have got enough kills to the point that their armor is very, very, very good. And it looks like they're running away, which is interesting. That's not what I would do. Oh, they're running away because here comes Wacko and Raichu. And they're going to take shots at the two people who are on the other side. And Change and 4-bit are once again having a little bit of a tussle. Here we go. So we've got the 3 teams on one side of the crack and the other 2 teams on the other side. So this is the fight with 2 teams. We've got Change and Chibi versus Greep and 4-bit. And they're definitely doing quite a number on them. I don't think they have much healing, if any, left at all. Meanwhile, Greep and 4-bit, I think, still have quite a bit. There's definitely a lot of fighting going on now, and I basically just have to choose which team I think is going to die first. And that's the team I've got to try and spectate. Gold team are definitely going to be the reason I think that these guys lose a lot of their healing, lose a lot of their lead. But on the other hand, we've got the other 3 teams fighting it out. So I think it could be another close finish. These 2 are running though. Great shot and Change by Greep, doing only 9%. What is Greep's bow? It's power 4, and that shot only did 9%. I think Change might have been healing. No, he only just ate the golden head. Oh, here we go. It's a melee battle. Greep is in a 2v1 melee, and he's going down. He pearled away out of there. Here comes 4-bit. Now he's going down. Greep goes down to Change. Wow. Nice play. Very nice play by Change and Chibi. All of the loot goes to them. The healing, the 6 golden apples, the power 4 bow. Very nice play by these 2. That might have just got them back in the game a little bit. 4-bit ender pearl to the other side, which is a very smart play. Very smart play indeed. Definitely what I would do. Now he's got to hang back. And Dar's bow now finally doing the damage that we think it should have been doing this whole time. 25% from a power 4 bow. Makes a lot of sense. It's very deadly. Basically cutting Wacko's health down by a 4th. And yeah, I mean, they're going to heal. But, I mean, the damage is going to come right back with 1 shot. Dar does have enough healing. Yep, he is going to heal. He can also make a golden head if he successfully kills these 2, which I think is his plan. He's saving the gold to craft a golden head. Raichu and Wacko are coming across the hill here. Looks like they're going to try and single out. They're going to try and single out Radical here, but Dar is back. Dar is with them again. They've kind of closed the gap here, but Radical isn't going to let down. Wacko accidentally places down his water bucket, which was definitely a mistake. They're standing their ground firm, though. This is definitely the fight that Dar and Radical have been waiting for this whole game. It's definitely going to be a pretty close fight, I think, between these 2. I think they're definitely draining each other of each of their healing. But I think Radical and Dar definitely have the advantage. Wacko has lagged out and died. That is highly unfortunate. I don't think I don't think it would have changed anything, to be completely honest. I think Wacko was dead there regardless. He was very much in the open there. And Raichu dies. Whoa, what a spot to pearl into. I've got to say, what a spot to pearl into there. That is quite impressive. That kill definitely went... Oh, shit. There's a melee fight between Change and Bandius here. This is the kind of thing that Change needs. He's going down. Bandius is going straight down into the slimy crack, as is Awesome McD. Yep, that's definitely what they should have done there. That's definitely a smart thing. I think Wacko was doomed there regardless, unfortunately, as much as I don't want to say it. I think he was definitely doomed at that point regardless. Just he was in the open there, and he was a two-shot. Was a very, and also, yeah, as they're saying in the chat now, definitely wouldn't have noticed fast enough. They've now got to try and wait for them to go away. So how's the healing situation looking with these guys? Awesome McD has 14 golden apples. Bandius has 10 and 2. Very glad that they didn't... oh, wow, that was risky from Bandius there. Super risky. Now they got to try and get back up. It's gonna be a long passageway up. That was a really nice, again, another brilliant attack by Change and Chibi there, getting the sneak attack on these two. That's how they took out the first people with all the equipment. Greep and 4-bit, all these just Greep, and they nearly worked taking out Bandius as well. And if they had killed Bandius, I think it guaranteed that Change and Chibi would have won this season just by that alone. But they didn't. Bandius and Awesome McD did manage to get out alive. That is another thing about the Slimy Crack, is it does make it a somewhat easier escape route as an option for people. Melee is definitely not what Bandius and Awesome McD want. I think they definitely want to stick to bow. Meanwhile, Change definitely seems to be more of a melee-focused player, as we've been seeing throughout this season. So now they're trying to get back up after falling back into the crack. They see them up there. I don't think it's not that they're up there that's a problem. I think they definitely want to fight them. It's just they just need to get to a position where that's like more better suited for them. 4-bit is taking on a 2v1 here against Dar and Radical. This is probably the best fight that 4-bit can take right now. I don't think he wins any other 2v1 against the other two teams. So this is definitely 4-bit's best shot at getting any kills or maybe winning a fight is against these two. I don't know how much healing Dar and Radical currently have. Currently, looks like no one's landing any shots on anyone. Radical has 2 and 1. Dar has 2. Dar's going to need to eat 1 though, and Radical's going to need to eat, I think, pretty much all of his healing here. So 4-bit's definitely doing the damage. He's doing the work. 4-bit still has 3 golden apples on him. If he can melee them with a sharp 4, that'll be deadly. But it's highly unlikely that Dar and Radical are going to let him get anywhere close. They're definitely going to want to stick to bow here. I mean, they both have the power 4s. And plus, I think they're both definitely more accustomed to bow. And that damage is piling up on 4-bit. He still has, I think, like one golden apple left, which is going to have to be eaten immediately. Yup. Wow, that's a lot of hits in one. They are really keeping 4-bit on his toes here. I think 4-bit is pretty much doomed here. I don't think he can win this fight, but I mean, the one advantage 4-bit does have is armor. Like, these two don't have much armor. But if they can kill 4-bit, and they can hold off and let the other two teams battle it out, we could see a win from Radical and Dar here. It's possible. Because from this, if they kill them, they're going to get full diamond that they can split between them, and basically they'll be 3/4 each. Oh, but here comes the sharp 4 melee. He's trying to go for it, but they're not gonna let him. The bow spam, it's too strong. Down to 11%, and Dar gets the kill. That's full diamond. It's there on the ground. Dar and Radical are now gonna be 3/4 diamond each, with a sharpness 4 sword, power 4 bows. And they have the punch book that they still haven't used. I guess they didn't get enough levels for it in time. Although, do they have levels now? They have 5. I have 5 and 4. I don't know if that's enough. Very well, very nicely done there by Radical and Dar. They definitely played that the right way by sticking to bow. They definitely didn't want to be meleeing 4-bit, who was full diamond with a sharpness 4. That would just be deadly. They would definitely lose that fight, even if it's a 2v1. The sharpness 4 plus the full diamond would shred them. And now we're left with 3 teams of 2. Dar and Radical, that's definitely the underdogs. And here comes the fight that I think will determine the outcome of this game. Chibi and Change versus Bandius and Awesome McD. In terms of healing, Chibi has none. Change, probably just eating his last bit there, I imagine. Yep, they're out. But one advantage that Change and Chibi do have that we've seen is melee being one thing, but also they seem to be quite good at getting sneak attacks off. So if they can manage to... Oh, and Dar is actually entered the fight too and is taking on OzMcD and Bandius. And I think they are targeting the right people here. Yep, here goes Change once again going for melee, trying to get the sneak attack through the trees. Definitely the right play. And they're trying to go for them. Oh, Bandius with the backstab this time, going in for melee. Their exchange hits there. Change and Chibi low on health. Chibi down to 17%. Yep. Oh, and Dar is getting the hits on gold too. There's melee fights going everywhere right now. I don't know who to watch. Bandius kills Change. Very impressive. Very nicely done. Bandius up to 5 kills. Chibi down to half a heart. Bandius going for 6. One more hit, and Bandius with 6 kills takes out Chibi as well. This leaves us with the final battle against Dar and Radical. And there's loads of healing on the ground here for these two. But, I mean, we've seen Dar and Radical be very impressive with their bows so far, their bow skills. And OzMcD's low. I mean, he obviously has the healing, but I mean, they're definitely draining him down. They're putting on a final battle here. Bandius wants to go for 7 kills. Oh, and here comes Dar with the melee. No, that's not going to work. Here comes OzMcD. He's going to take down Radical. He does indeed. Bandius going for 7 kills. Will he get it? Dar's putting on as much of an effort as he can in this final battle. He's really going for it. OzMcD wants the melee to finish it off. He's so low. Will Bandius get the 7? He does. And OzMcD and Bandius take the win. OzMcD really low at the end, actually, down to like 3 hearts. It was a very close season for that. But Bandius with 7 kills, OzMcD with 2. These are your winners of A Dime a Dozen Season 2. It was actually a very good season. I mean, despite what may seem like a very lopsided kill board, there was a lot of action throughout the game. And I definitely couldn't predict the winner going into Meetup there. As much as it might seem that like the winner from the kill board looks obvious, going into Meetup, you've got to also understand that I think that there was a lot of different teams with basically the same amount of stuff. For example, Change and Chibi had the same amount of stuff as these two. And so did Greep and Forbit. And there was also a bunch of other teams alive that definitely could have played some kind of impact in the game. There was a whole lot of stuff going on there, and that was a very good game, I've got to say. Another very good season. Thank you for watching this season of A Dime a Dozen. I hope you enjoyed. These are your winners. And I'll see you next time on the channel. Have a good day, everyone. Bye-bye.